Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. As always, there's a lot to cover in the Lowcountry today. I'm Betsy McDaniel, and we'll get started with today's headlines. First Lady Jill Biden will speak on Parris Island this Friday at the graduation ceremony for the Marine Corps Recruit Depot. This ceremony will recognize the 50th anniversary of the all-volunteer military force put into place to replace the draft back in 1973 under President Nixon. The visit is also part of Biden's initiative called Joining Forces, asking civilians to rally around the military through wellness, education, and employment opportunities. Graduation ceremonies are not open to the general public. We have a decision regarding the ongoing saga of Pine Island. Beaufort's County Council is going to keep it within the St. Helena Cultural Protection Overlay, stopping the plan for a resort and 18-hole golf course on 500 acres of the island. There were hundreds of Pine Island residents at the raucous council meeting against the project, but there were also a few dozen there in support of would-be developer Elvio Trapino. If you have been following along, you will remember that Trapino purchased the 500 acres for $18 million. His choices now? Well, he will either have to sue the county or move forward with a plan B that might be a bit of a be careful what you wish for, as that plan will actually have 100 more homes than the proposed golf course community would have had. Trapino can also try to sell the property. In other development news, Josephine Wright's battle against developers on Hilton Head's Jonesville Road just got a quiet boost from a big name. Basketball star Kyrie Irving has donated $40,000 to the 93-year-old woman's legal battle against Bailey Point Investment, who is trying to force her to sell her property to become part of a nearly 150-unit development. Wright's family has owned her property since just after the Civil War. Irving has not commented on his donation, and Wright's defense team now has more than $110,000 in it. Some news we probably won't be too excited about, especially on the eve of the 4th of July weekend, is that it is likely there will be more than the normal amount of ticks outside this summer. This due to a cooler spring and lots of rain. The current hot temperatures should bring the ticks out of hiding, and they are usually at their worst in July and August. Experts ask you to be particularly careful in areas with brush, tall grasses, and weeds. This goes for your pets too. South Carolina is home for 5 different varieties of ticks. 19-year-old Juan Daniel Moctezuma of Bluffton has turned himself in to police and now faces attempted murder charges after he allegedly fired multiple shots in broad daylight at a home in Bluffton. 8 shell casings were found at the scene, but more shots were believed to have been fired. Thankfully, no one was hurt. And the July 4th military flyover, known as Salute from the Shore, is back after a few years of COVID cancellations, bringing F-16 fighter jets, a C-17 cargo plane, and 2 new planes, a CJ-6 and an FWP-149, over the state's beaches, though only the F-16s and the C-17 will fly over Beaufort and Hilton Head. Look skyward about 1:30 on Tuesday on Hilton Head for the F-16s and 1:45 for the C-17, with Beaufort viewers seeing the planes about 4 or 5 minutes later. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And we don't have a sports update today, but we do have a weather update with Maria.
Thanks, Betsy. Yep, so taking a look ahead, we are going to have a couple more days of nice weather, but then we are going to see some more thunderstorms this weekend. So taking a look at Thursday, it's going to be sunny with Hilton having a high of 89, a low of 75. Bluffton's have a high of 93, a low of 71. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 91 and a low of 74. The sunrise for Thursday is going to be at 6:19 and sunset's going to be at 8:33. Taking a look at the beach tides, high tide's going to be at 6:02 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 1:27 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the weekend, into the weekend, Friday it's going to be partly cloudy with thunderstorms in the afternoon, possibly into the evening, highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. Come Saturday, it's going to be cloudy again with thunderstorms in the evening, highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. And then come Sunday, it's going to be cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day and may continue on into the evening, highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. Well, Hilton Head Town Council member Alex Brown will join me after a quick break, so don't go away.